Life was never really able to ever get a true grip on this game and get the type of skirmishes that they were looking for was because of these little pickoffs. There was another moment where he forced a flash on bot side, right, just by sending out a Void Seeker, and Teddy completely took over the game. And it was really there where you see the difference between the Hanwha Life that is individually, I think we saw them match Kwangdong pretty well, even though you saw like one of those like Keen versus Dudu not work out. It's okay, but the map movements between these teams and the vision game, the control, as the casters have pointed out, is unbearable.
Yeah, very true. I think that just Teddy's existence through the mid game was a little bit too much for Hanwha Life to handle, and amongst all the other things that you mentioned, was kind of unfortunate for Hanwha. We should have the player of the game here in just a moment. We'll see who does pick it up. I think that you didn't vote for Teddy, which I think is a little bit unfortunate.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I thought you were saying that you would be okay to be correct.
I could see like Keen maybe that good setup, but to me.
Yeah, I would also go for Teddy if I had a vote. Just me cosplaying Atlas here for a second. I don't get a vote because we're play-by-plays. That's just the way it goes. But yeah, I think that Teddy just did a little bit too much. And once the map started spreading out a little bit, it was just kind of crazy. You saw kind of the team dip there between Hanwha Freaks and Hanwha Life.
Just not that much to be done when you start losing members left and right. You don't get shots, you don't get any vision control, and then retaking that one that they had was ready.
Yeah, well guys, we do have the POG ready now, so let's go ahead and check out who does pick up the POG from game number 1. It will be Tedders. No surprise here.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't just the pickups, but sometimes Kaisas can look very flashy with killer instances. He blows someone up, but he actually played super proactive. We saw, even in the final replays, right, like him actually moving forward as much as he did, even when there was a risk of him getting caught as killer instances. Was able to get so fed so early. The cool thing about Texas and how to play out is just before this, we also saw Unsleek getting shot, right? Just really controlling limits and outputting a lot of damage. The champion that really has to get into the danger zone and all these super high threat short-range characters on the side of Farmland.
Yeah, it's really cool to see even when he did get picked. I think it was a little bit too late at that point. He was just able to survive. See a bunch of votes for his team, so I think that's what you were talking about. We did actually get the one vote for Fate, which I was kind of joking about, but he hit some charms, hit some Everfrost, and kind of overall did his job and had a good performance. Don't mind it too much, but that's going to do it for us here on the Carpet Space. You'll see us after game number 2, potentially number 3, but let's throw it back to the casters at Atlas.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, and Brother Valdez. The shout out for our vote as well. Very that one. I'm also very sad about not getting so well. So maybe one day we will have it. I'm excited you guys will have those too. Yeah, from an analyst as well. Thank you. We got media votes out of that. One day we will. Maybe. Do you think we'll be able to vote in Korea before we can vote for who gets the POG? Oh man, I'm gonna say no on that one actually. I'm gonna say no on that one. I don't think that'll happen, but you know, it does feel like the gap between them might be narrowing a little bit. Teddy did have a fantastic game though. We'll see, because now, Wolf, I want to draw your attention. Blue side has 100% win rate here in the LCK, and I think it's a huge problem. I think we need to draw a lot of conclusions. Somebody call Paul. Well, Hanwha now are going to have the blue side themselves. And if we want a 3-game series, we are going to need the blue side. Twisted Fate is going to be banned away here, of course. Fate saved every single time, and it is going to be respected. Although, it has fallen down in priority.
Yeah, one of the picks that Karis in particular is very strong at, his Twisted Fate and Rise in particular were the 2 champs that he could make big global impacts on. Obviously the Galio, we did see last game another global champion, this is Karis' playstyle, so he bans it away though himself, or Hanwha Life do, and Lucian taken away here. Surprised that Viego wasn't banned earlier on. First draft of KT actually makes this time to be a strong first pick opportunity here.
I think Gwen, definitely a fantastic first pick, and he's now just going to be denied on 103 side. that one a lot. Blue side Talia is interesting. Karma not wanting to play that themselves is very strong, and does mean that Quantum Freaks now get a sort of freebie ban, you could say.
Yeah. It's interesting too, because Korea compared to the LPL hasn't been as interested in Talia in terms of first pick priority. It's still very high prio, but not as much a must pick, so don't mind to see this on blue side as much in our region. A lot of opportunities though for Hanwha Esports here, and look at the Giants. Yeah. So Viego I think would be a great first pickup here, but they're going to look towards instead potentially this Ezreal. Once again, high priority on this for Samdi. It's one of his best champions historically across his career, and it's a very strong meta for Ezreal.
And also one of his Betty's
Yeah.
Nile, as well as a decent pickup there for Zombie. And Ezreal has been very high priority throughout, so I guess I don't mind it, but it doesn't really stand out as, oh, this is going to be the best move.
It doesn't feel like the clutch move,
yeah.
like the checkmate move. Yeah. It feels very flexible. As we will see the Wukong change hands here, and see what comes with this, because things like the Kayle is still very strong. Obviously, Gwen could be very annoying to deal with the early parts of that matchup, but now Gwen's gone, so certainly opportunity. If you're going down the extreme scaling route here for Hanwha Esports, Gangplank is also an opportunity, but Viego Ahri just seems too good to be true here.
Yeah, I like it. Well, Ahri is actually going to be locked in, so Dudu going back to one of his old favorites, and they're going to leave their mid lane pick up in the air a little bit here.
Very interesting. Looks like Fate's going to take his opportunity to take the Ahri. Could also take LeBlanc here if he wants to and ban away that Lissandra once again. You know, Wukong Ahri still a very strong 2v2 to look for. Yeah. A lot of big opportunities. And since Ahri could still be picked up, Karus does also free up the spot here.
Yep. I imagine just get rid of Ahri counters or things you don't want to play into with Lissandra. Beginnings of that. They could get rid of Galio. Well, let's see what Hanwha Esports are going to focus on. Is of course we're looking for a top laner and a support on the side of Quantum Freaks, and I imagine Keen is going to get looked at.
There's Nautilus.
Yeah.
There you go. I wouldn't mind to see a Kayle ban here, but Quantum Freaks' comp once again isn't as focused on late game, so not as necessarily on theme this time around as we've seen previously from them.
Yep.
So not a must ban, might just focus more again on Voight's pool here for the 2v2. There is an opportunity here for Karus to play the Swain, available, does super composition, 5v5ing.
I like it.
And it certainly does kind of fit the composition right now, something to look forward to potentially, as Kayle is taken away, in fact, from Keen, despite the fact that comp isn't trending towards the latter parts of the game. Still don't want to give him what is one of the strongest top laners. Sejuani is super strong right now.
Yeah.
And not only because of the resistances that she's gained with everybody else, super popular champion in solo queue at the moment. And it works well with this composition that's already kind of trending towards big, tanky, frontline, engage, pick potential. Sejuani works with that so well. There's the Swain I was talking about. This comp screams Swain to me because you have so much CC, you have so many ways to slow the fight down and give Ezreal the opportunity to pop off.
Yeah, Rakan going to be picked up alongside it as well, as now White is considering the Gragas.
This skin lives on me.
I like that idea as well. We've got a lot of fun new options here. The money could be coming in. But the Swain coming in also. Having a look over in the LPL, it was a pleasure to enjoy the Swain earlier on. And he's certainly making it look like Bleaker's
Yeah, the Imperial Mandate.
The same thing, yep.
We'll talk about that as we get into the game. It's very interesting the way Swain is being played right now. So we'll see where these swaps end up going. The expectation is Sejuani top, Wukong jungle, Gragas support. That is what we are seeing. As Hanwha Esports have such a great 5v5, set up for mid to late game team fights, because Swain is going to be, in the late game especially, slowing everybody, sucking all that life away from Quantum Freaks, draining, surviving through those set up burst potentials will be so great into this tanky frontline, because Sejuani and Wukong will struggle to kill him. If Pyke doesn't blow him up, he's going to be in those longer fights so incredibly powerful. But you saw in game 1, even if you have the comp to play the late game, even if you have a comp to 5v5, if you can't execute on it well, things can fall apart. And I think that Hanwha Life Esports have once again taken a harder composition to pull off. So maybe the execution will have to be a little bit crisper this second game around. I do like the draft a lot, but it's going to be about who's piloting these champions and how well they work together.
Yep, and it was a very similar situation to last time, right? We actually did quite like what Hanwha Life had on paper. It's just the execution was a little bit bland. This, I actually like this more out of Kwangdong than what I saw in their first game. This, if you're a Hanwha Life Esports fan, should gauge just a little bit. Kaiser Gragas has been one of my favorite bottom lanes for a very long time. The sort of body slam setup you can get for that duo, especially if ganks are incoming, is very, very scary.
You interrupted the first chair.
I know.
On the first day, you know, it was bound to happen.
Get up. Stand firm.
We're waiting for the next one.
No, you interrupted
did
the
I
first.
actually?
Yeah, you talked over the first one. That's what I was saying.
I thought I talked over the Hana, and no, I just talked over the whole thing. I'm just a terrible person.
It's okay. It's all right. I knew it was going to happen. I thought it was going to be me. I thought I was going to be Hodoring over it.
Oh, I
came for
sincerely
the hunt.
apologize to everyone out there.
Stay.
Too much.
You're all good.
Hopefully, they can bring us to a third game, so we'll have an opportunity to not speak over it that time.
So, Imperial Mandate for Swain is a really interesting conversation, and I think it is one that we will have this game because he does later on build Rileys, and if he gets to, you know, 3 items, has his Rileys completed, and he's on top of the tanks in the front line, there's Imperial Mandate stacks to get you proc repeatedly, the front line goes down, Teddy's not going to be able to dive in very easily, becomes impossible to kill. Then you have Ezreal just flying around the team fight, shooting Mystic shots at everybody. There are a lot of AD carries I think that would have worked arguably even better with this comp, but obviously they first picked the Ezreal, so you don't get to change your comp after that. Okay, we look at the Swain comp, like maybe would have liked Jinx here because she can get those resets, but still you feel very good, I think, as Hanwha Life Esports about his potential for this comp to play together well on first lap.
King going to defer and engage. This is the same thing though, as Teddy's going to answer back. Trailer plays, helping him out. Stage still going to be a big team. Level 2 is going to be a game. Fair bit of damage, but the Arcane Shift turned it around. Teddy has been ignited. The flash from Vista. One more auto, and that's going to be first blood in the 2v2. Hanwha Life fighting back.
Yeah, it's really, really easy when you have a ranged support right now in this meta to trade back kills because you have those extra resistances. They go for an engage on you like this, you turn it around so quickly, you have the advantage because you have the ranged support you continue to chase. Ignite takes through, and then I'm grabbing first blood here. It's on a Rakan, but that assist goal going over to Samdi is going to feel fantastic, as well as removing Teddy from lane. Teleport makes it feel a little bit less bad, but still, great start here for Hanwha Life.
Yeah, Ellen making his way in here, looking for Onsleek, not seen. As you can see there, spotted the fact that it was just coming down as now Paris. 50 health, Fate to come through there, looking for the dive. There it is, Nimbus Strike to come through. Ellen is going to move his way out though. And the W's going to land, but Ellen is going to be absolutely fine. They continue to get a bit of pressure down here on the lane.
Struggles. Taking away his flash, as well as a little bit of that CS, the early parts of this matchup can be pretty frustrating to play as Swain. They start to get some items online. Speaking of early parts that can be frustrating, the Sejuani part of this matchup doesn't feel great, but if you have a Wukong who's come up there, you have so much kill potential.
Whoa! That's a flash forward. They're still looking for it, and that is going to be that. It's a decent little stun, but Ellen's still going to be able to make it out. It's a root, sorry, not a stun. Some people get up.
Well, you know what? He was unable to move. You know, he was quite stunned, as we all know.
Yeah, I was stunned. That might be what I was talking about. Let's have a look at this one more time.
So look, Body Slam comes through, you have the follow-up barrel here. Kaisa, though, steps too far forward, looks for one extra auto, even though it's not lethal. So look at this stuff here from Petty, and like I said, the range damage you have here is the Rakan is so useful. This is Ellen's play over the wall. As Fate flashes, misses the charm, but the charm forces him to sidestep away from the turret because there's no space to sidestep up, which means he's caught between a rock and a hard place, goes down towards Wukong, who catches him over the wall.
Yep, and no flash available for the Swain, so it was all too easy there for Fate to set that one up, even if I really like the proactive play out of the Quandong Freak. See, the last time we saw the Swain was Stroman getting against Stroman. As that
Very annoying. Where's he going? He's gonna grab a ward. Okay, I was like, there's some play to be made elsewhere up on the top side. Didn't realize he had that ward active. We'll grab some extra information. Get down to the rafters.
Triggers are available. Yeah, what I can report.
In terms of the summoner spells, going back to that Sejuani discussion, Fiend did take the Ignite, which is going to be, very useful in fights against the Swain in earlier team fights, but more importantly, can threaten the Gnar. Yeah. The wave really actually makes himself quite safe up there on the top side of the map. Grabbed his ball too. He's like, no, I know what you guys are planning with this Wukong Sejuani, LCC. Not gonna happen to me.
Flash to the Garrett. Flying weight. Pokes his head out of the brush there. There's the
Trees.
on in.
How I miss this.
He's going to be alright. Now onto the walls. He's taking a fair bit of damage. Completely out of position. He's trying to turn it around. Only level 4 here is now Fate looking to try and catch up. Great orbit deception, but doesn't get the true damage. But it's just the ulti for the finish. Keen coming through with a lot of damage there is now Fate looking to try and turn this one around. It is going to be Dudu picking up a kill though. Hoyt trying to make his way out. And Dudu's Hydra procs are just ruining the days of the Quandong Freaks. Another one comes through for the kill. As the Demon Form coming on out there, Fate trying to do some work, but Karis getting back to safety.
Karis in such a rare amount of, the ability for him to actually do damage there seems impossible because his positioning was so far away from the rest of the team. It looked like Hanwha Life Esports had overextended there, but when he actually got his ultimate off as he hits level 6 before this, look at how much damage he does in this extended fight. So this is all planned from the beginning. They want to engage onto LM, even though the rotation from the top laners comes down here. Look at Karis, he's so late to this fight. And 1v4, he's like, no, look at all of this damage coming through. And he basically single-handedly destroys this team fight alone as Dudu continues to hit those hyper procs. Who do you focus on this fight as long, though? You have no real option. Everybody is just too tanky, too difficult to kill in a meta like this. Hanwha Life Esports, the winners of that exchange.
Well, they definitely focused Vista, and it didn't seem to be the right choice. As I think he also got ignited, which is certainly not what you want to be doing.
Yeah, that was not it.
Swain is certainly and I wasn't focused on the Swain, he was just standing there.
He was so far away, too, at the beginning. He's like, casually just going to walk up and press R, and we win the fight.
Yeah, and that's exactly basically what happened.
With no items, he's like, Swain.
Down there, 1,000 gold ahead. Constantly trying to look for the first streak of the game here as well. This Mount a little bit. Breaks the blast cone. And he's Hanwha in a fair bit of control.
Yeah, and with no teleport for Fate, this back timing, he doesn't have control over this mid wave. Go to Karis, so unfortunate Gnar timing here for this upcoming Rift Herald fight for you, but they have a lot of options here as unlike esports, and I think just slowly rotating over the Diego here and looking forward to the Rift Herald trying to potentially snowball this lead, where Comet already has such a great potential for this game. Yeah.
I'm not with a lot of vision towards the top side. Still a couple of wards there available for Hanwha as well. Good news. Keen just pushing this one forward. Land what he can. Dudu's assault comes in, and this is just a bait from Keen, but Dudu's pretty happy with the situation.
Dudu's reading it so well, too. He's like, yeah, I'm on call. I'm actually going to take all this damage and get Gnar bar.